We all get distracted, and I call this the shiny red ball syndrome or squirrel. Um, no matter what you call it, it can be distracting. And when our focus is split from thing to thing to thing, we're not productive at all. In fact, it's kind of annoying. At least I find it annoying, and I'm going to guess you do too. Hi there, I'm Melissa Schultz, and I am passionate about helping faith based, self employed small businesses break through all the things that might be holding you back from the business that God's called you to. A business that not only brings you joy, but also helps you make money, right? God calls us to serve in certain ways, and you are probably called to be an entrepreneur. If you're looking for mindset and business coaching to help you break through to the next level, well, then stick around. You're in the right place. So, do you find yourself chasing the latest and greatest strategy, tactic, or advice? Are you weary from webinars? Um, this can be frustrating, and a lack of follow through with your goals can be a detriment to the progress of your revenue. And no one wants that, right? We all need to stay focused on what we're supposed to be doing. And when we're distracted, we're not doing the things we need to be doing to move our business forward. So if you have shiny red ball syndrome or squirrel syndrome, we need to talk about how to stay focused and keep your goals moving forward. So a lot of times you don't really allow yourself time to carry out your plans and goals to see if they're really working before you switch up the technology or switch up the tactic. So it's good to, once you set this up, to stay focused on it and set a determined amount of time that we're going to carry this out and see it through for X number of days, maybe 60 days, 90 days, to see if you start to see a difference. And then when you're learning something new, so for example, if you start new technology or a new task management program, I'm guilty of that one. I love organization. The thing is, there's a learning curve, and that distracts us. And it keeps us from focusing on the right things. As my friend Jill says, we're playing desk, right? And I don't want that for you. And what we need to do is we need to make sure that we stay focused. It's okay to try a new tool, but you need to weigh it against whether it's really going to move your business forward, or are you just avoiding a project maybe, and avoiding working on something that you need to be doing. I want you to think of it this way. If you are washing a dish and you get it rinsed and you put it in the sink and you run into the laundry room and you fold a towel and you run back to the sink and you wash another dish and then you run back to the laundry room and you're folding another towel. I mean, not only do you kind of feel scattered and exhausted, but you're really wasting a ton of time. And it destroys our focus, and it can be, distracting in terms of where did I leave off and what do I need to do next? So I want you to assess what you're doing and be objective about it. It's okay to try something new, but we all have the same 1,440 minutes in a day. And remember that many of those minutes are consumed with eating, sleeping, self-care, taking care of family, some of the things that we have to do in a day. So if we are allowing all of these other distractions to get in the way, we're not nearly as productive and focused as we should be. So number two, I want you to set better goals. If the objectives aren't clear, you're likely going to feel like what you're doing isn't very effective, and it's going to allow you to be distracted. So put your goals on paper and be as specific as you can, and add a date by which you want to have that done. And having it on paper will make the goals clear, and it will keep you grounded. And then be sure to prioritize and review the goals daily so that you stay focused on them. And if you need to clarify, you can do that quickly without it becoming kind of out of date. Not necessarily changing the whole goal, but just being in tune with the rhythm of the flow of your goal. Number 3, I want you to limit the number of projects you're focused on at one time. Again, I'm just as guilty of this, but I want to point it out because I have to really keep myself in check about this. And I'm going to guess, as a creative entrepreneur, you probably have that too. You are, after all, your own biggest asset. So being in the right mental space and not feeling burned out or too stressed is really going to benefit not only you, but your family and your business. So this will make it more likely for you to stay on track if you kind of keep this in check. So I like to use a couple different systems, but today I'll just mention that I like Trello because it looks like Post-it notes, and I have something called idea catcher, and I like to just throw ideas in there because truthfully, I like to pray on them. Sometimes a good idea isn't a God idea. And I like to just go through that list. And when it's time to take off on something, then I just go check it out and I'll feel inspired about it. Things will start to come together and I can move forward with it, but I don't lose the idea, right? And as you review those, you'll start to see that maybe that wasn't such a good idea after all. So the 4th thing I want to talk to you about is make a checklist of successful projects. Again, I'm just as guilty of this, but I go from thing to thing to thing to thing, and I don't take time to acknowledge what went well and the progress I've actually made. And I say that any progress is success because little movements keep us moving forward. And action really does get us traction, keeps us in the flow, keeps us moving in the right direction, and helps us stay focused on those goals. So we all know that the shiny object syndrome is a killer, and it can leave you distracted and feeling really overwhelmed. And I want you to just really think about how much that you've already achieved and focused your energies on the resources that will be really beneficial to you. So I am inviting you to subscribe here, but also I want to send you to the free resource below, and it's called Clear the Clutter. I've made some recent updates to that. So if you've already downloaded it, you may want to go check this out, and you'll see where I kind of walk you through that process to get you off the hamster wheel and really kick out those repetitive thoughts that are also wasting precious time and brain energy. So we're going to get everything out of our heads on paper, and it'll free up your mind to, well, to be honest, not only to run your business more effectively and efficiently, but it's also going to give your creativity a huge boost because you're not like repetitively thinking of these tasks that you have to do. So again, you're going to find the link below. I want you to go, it's free. That resource is free. Go check it out. It's on my website, and it'll show you how to just get all of that listed out. What you're going to do is just the short summary of it. Go through, you're going to, say what project it's attached to. And I'll explain in the freebie, like the difference between a to-do and a project. But you can get going on that, free up your mind, and then you're going to schedule the things that are in your head to keep you focused on what needs to be done and prioritize the most important things. So with that, I will see you soon, and thank you so much for joining me today.